In this episode of the 250 bird challenge, the main targets are hobby and honey buzzard. And for that, I'm in the Vogel. In this episode, I'm taking you with me live in the field. I've got my action cam running the whole time, though of course I'll cut out the boring bits while editing. I'm already spotting the species this area is famous for. A crane is flying by. Footage of flying birds is always hard to stabilize, so I tried to film in slow motion, which gives a calmer image. Unfortunately, the weather is a bit gloomy today, which doesn't make for the most beautiful shots. But hey, that's typical Dutch weather. The plan for today is to follow the cycling and walking path towards Ravenswoud and climb the observation tower over there. From the top you get a good view over the forest, which gives us a decent chance of spotting a honey buzzard. Hopefully we'll also see a Eurasian hobby from the tower. There's something moving in the bush over there. It's the very common reed bunting. This species is always easy to spot sitting on top of a shrub, which can be a bit annoying when you're looking for something else and keep finding another reed bunting. A few people are standing in a spot where the common rosy finch was seen earlier this week, but the bird hasn't been reported today, so it's probably gone. I always check the water here as well, just in case there's a crane or a whooper swan around, but it's empty this time. Hey, another songbird in the bush. And that doesn't look like a reed bunting. No, it's a common whitethroat, with its bluish grey head and white throat. Also note the warm brown tertials and the clean unmarked head without a dark cheek patch immediately rule out a lesser whitethroat. Also a lesser whitethroat would have darker legs. Recently there have been regular reports of a short-toed snake eagle in the area, but whenever there's a photo it turns out to be the usual buzzard lookalike. I'm getting a phone call. I'll put you on pause for a moment and be right back. I can hear a garden warbler singing here. Sounds like a fast blackbird. There it is. Notice its low contrast appearance, with greyish legs and beak and a bit of a grey patch on the side of the neck. I'm also hearing something a bit more interesting. There's a red-backed shrike calling nearby. Handheld filming, especially in weather like this, doesn't give the best footage, so I'll grab the tripod. Even when I have the camera mounted on my shoulder strap, I still carry the tripod on my back. You never know what you might run into. I can still hear it, but it's no longer sitting where it was a moment ago. That always seems to happen, doesn't it? Let me try a different angle to see if I can find it again. Hey, was that a common rose finch? Yes, that is the common rose finch. Let's see if it's already been reported today. Nope, no sightings yet. I'll send out a quick alert for those folks over there. It's not picking up the GPS. Weird. Oh, it thinks I'm somewhere off the coast of Africa. Let's rewind to earlier this week. My son woke up super early, so I figured I'd combine the useful with the pleasant. I put him in a car, hoping he'd fall back asleep on the drive. I decided to head to Vogel, since the common rose finch had just been found there the night before. At the spot I came across this long-tailed tit with several recently fledged young. In the reeds, a Eurasian reed warbler was singing beautifully. Even though it's a common species, I rarely get good footage of it, so I decided to spend some time filming. I won't bore you with a multi-minute clip, but it's another nice shot for my archive. something I can use later for, say, a bird sound quiz. Long story short, I didn't find the roast finch from the car. My son was asleep again by then, so I didn't want to wake him by getting out. But of course, after I got home, the bird was spotted again. So that afternoon I went back, this time without a kid in the back seat. It was still gloomy weather, but I did get the roast finch beautifully on camera up close. Now back to the present. Hey, an ictron warbler. I still need that one for my year list. I see it sitting there, but again, it's quite far. I'll try filming handheld first, so at least I can count it for the year list. Het is een beetje lastig uit te leggen, maar...
Ja, klopt, het lijkt me zoveel op elkaar, maar even kijken.
Dankjewel voor het keeper.
Ja, geen
We
dank.
waren de verkeerde kant uit. Ja, we hadden het opgegeven.
Ja, snap ik. Ik was hier ook niet op zoek naar de roodmis, want ik kan hem van de week al, maar ik was hier gewoon tot de klavier daar. En daar was ik mee bezig en opeens... ja.
Het klinkt echter dan de app, dacht jij.
Ja. Ja, ik denk er zal vast ook niemand met een app daar in de club staan.
Nee, maar ik bedoel, zoals de dutchbirder de item is af en toe ook.
Ja, dat klopt.
Ik heb hem geüpload, maar normaal kan hij niet, is nou denk ik automatisch verborgen. Ik heb de bal zingend ingevoerd, dus nu wordt hij wel verborgen en gisteren niet.
Nee, dat kan dat. Time to move on. I think we waited long enough. Hey, I think someone's calling something out. There's definitely a group looking at something. Maybe they've spotted griffon vultures. Those have been flying over quite a lot in recent days. Wat? Waar? Ik zie niks. Waar?
Nee, ik ben ook even klein, maar je zat in die hoek daar zo ergens.
Oh ja, daar.
Vlinder en twee een van die jongens.
The honey buzzard has a very distinctive silhouette. Narrower looking wings compared to a common buzzard, a longer tail and a pigeon-like head. The underwing pattern, with those multiple bands across the flight feathers, is also a giveaway. Well, that's one target bird down. Now let's head towards the watchtower and hope for a racing hobby. I've just arrived in the forest. I didn't really see anything noteworthy on the way here, so I'll cut that part out later. It's warm enough now to take off my jacket, and unfortunately one of the hooks on the screw attaching the shoulder strap to the camera has broken off, so I can't use that at the moment. Let me reorganize everything a bit before we continue. Might as well put on some insect repellent too. Sometimes the mosquitoes really eat you alive here. In front of us you can see the path that's now closed due to the tiny owl tourism earlier this year. By the way, that bug spray is kid friendly and DEET free. It's a bit less effective, but good enough. These little accessory pouches on the scope are really handy. You can easily carry this kind of gear around and the tripod goes comfortably on your back. I recommend it to anyone. Hey, a singing firecrest. Always impossible to film properly. They usually stay way up in the top of the spruces. I mean, you could use playback to lure them down, but I don't like doing that during the breeding season. I'm also hearing the sharp tick call of a spotted flycatcher. Not sure if the action cam is picking that up, but I'll try to spot the bird anyway. Pretty good camouflage against the tree trunk. I've now arrived at the observation tower. Let's first see if there's anything flying around. Nothing visible here. Ai.
Ik denk dat dat te maken heeft met de bewoners die hier boven zitten.
Ah, zit hier boven.
Boomhouders. Tenminste, dat zou best kunnen.
The first raptor of the day has shown up, but it's a marsh harrier, a female. There's also a common tern flying over the lake. Let's see how recognizable that is at this distance on camera. Further off, I see a common stonechat. I'll check the distance on Google Maps once I'm home and see if the footage is still usable. With a teleconverter, you don't get ultra sharp images, but that's not what I use it for anyway. The goal is to still get a bird identifiable even when it's really far away, like if true rarity shows up at a distance. I can see two pairs of cranes standing out in the peatland. I'll add the distance in the footage. They're near the pond. You can also see from the bike path that runs through the reserve. And here's another pair with a chick. Visible at the back of the pond, you can see from the watchtower. The chick is that little yellow fluff ball walking between the adults. Hey, look what we've got here. The famous short-eared eagle look-alike, our local common buzzard. And not just because of its pale appearance. This buzzard has actually specialized in catching snakes and will even hover while hunting, sometimes letting its legs dangle as it does so.
De slangenhaar hangt hier terecht voor, boven het puntige boompje op de grond hangt hij recht door weg helemaal, ja.
Daar, verder zie je.